Chipper Jones called in same time Buck called in. Chipper kind enough to stay on hold there, and he joins us now. Chipper, thanks for doing that, being patient. I know you're a busy guy with this farewell tour. How are you?
I'm doing good, Dan. Yourself?
I'm doing okay. I've been looking at your numbers. How tough is it to retire when you're playing well?
It's pretty easy, buddy. I mean, it's getting to the point where the body is starting to tell me that I made a good decision in spring training to hang it up after this year. It's been rough. I haven't been out there on the field as much as I want to, but when I have been out there, at the very least, I've been a little productive.
Best gift you received so far on your farewell tour?
It's hard to pinpoint just one. I mean, there's been a lot that have meant a lot to me just for the simple fact of, maybe who's presented it to me. I've gotten presented, gifts by Trevor Hoffman and Craig Biggio, two guys that are certainly going into the Hall of Fame, and guys that I respect very much. Derek and Wainwright for Call and Andrew, just ex-teammates, Mark DeRosa, LaRoche, that I've shared, the battlefield with have presented me with stuff. I don't know. I mean, I'm a student of the game. The Stan Musial jersey in St. Louis is awfully special. I got, the bat that I hit the first home run in Nationals Park with. Came out of their museum. They presented that to me. One of the most off the wall gifts probably was the one that Trevor gave me, the surfboard. I mean, that was something that was really, really unexpected. So it's been an overwhelming ride this year. Unexpected, but much appreciated.
Is retirement scary?
I think when you've come to grips with it, and you've accepted the fact that this is it, no, it's not so much. It's kind of a win-win for me at the end of the season because there's a part of me, when I'm out there between the lines, I'm focused, I'm ready to go, and I've got a job to do, and I understand that. But when the season's over, there's going to be a part of me that's going to take a deep breath and say, I'm glad that it's over.
Yeah, you just strike me as a lifer, that somehow, some way you're going to be involved with Major League Baseball.
Well, I think I will. I'm not sure in what capacity after I'm done playing. I certainly don't want to jump back into coaching right away because the lifestyle is part of why I'm retiring. I'm tired of living out of a suitcase for 9 months out of a year. I've been doing it for 23 years, and it's time to settle down with the four boys, and go to some Little League games, go to some flag football games, go to some school plays, stuff like that. People don't realize I've never been on a spring break vacation with my family. I've never been on a summer vacation with my family, and these are all things that, quite frankly, I'm looking forward to doing.
What I love about baseball, guys, either it's pitcher or hitter, you guys know when you face somebody and when it was and what the count was. First at bat in the major leagues, who was it against and what happened?
I was in Old Fulton County Stadium. It was off a left-handed pitcher from the Cincinnati Reds named Kevin Wickender. Not many people know that name, but Kevin was one of the guys that was in that boating accident with the Cleveland Indians and Bobby Ojeda and
Olin and Cruz.
Olin and Cruz. He was in all that stuff. So they traded him to Cincinnati to kind of give him a new, a brand new start. And lo and behold, he was the first guy that I faced in a blowout game in Atlanta. And I went up there and I was thinking to myself, man, you only get one first at bat. You better get your 3 swings in. And I hit a sinker. The very first pitch that I saw, I hit a sinker, swinging bunt down the third baseline, and Juan Samuel couldn't come up with it cleanly, and they ended up giving me a hit. So it's not exactly how you want starting in big leagues, but it was 1-for-1 nonetheless.
Before I let you go, the one moment that you take away that your grandkids are going to hear about, what was the play, the game, the teammate?
Wow, it's hard. We play a team game. Obviously, being the last team standing is the number one thing. That 95 team was such a special one, and so many Hall of Fame players and borderline Hall of Fame players on that ball club. That's why we play the game.
But can you tell this now you're retiring, just how crazy and sick Greg Maddux is?
Yeah, he's probably, and you know this, he's probably the grossest human being that I will ever meet in my entire life. And I could probably tell some stories that are somewhat R-rated on this particular show, but I'll just leave you with one.
Okay.
Greg Maddux, he would, those guys, they played golf every day, right? And they would basically come from the golf course to the ball field, right? And Greg had a locker that was right beside the sanitary bin. And when I say sanitaries, I mean those little white socks that we wear underneath our baseball socks. And he would drop trowel right there at his locker, right when he gets in, and he would take one of the sanitaries and he would wipe a certain area of his anatomy that was not so sanitary and with a sanitary, and put the sanitary back in the sanitary bin and sit there and wait for the first guy to come by and pick up the dirty sanitary. Okay? Now, it was not only that, but when he gets done with the game, now, mind you, he's got sweaty clothes on when he walks into the clubhouse, right? Yeah. So when the game is over and he takes a shower, he comes back in, he turns his underwear inside out, puts them back on, and rides home. So that'll just give you a little insight as to how gross this man was.
You know what? When you win those Cy Youngs, you can do stuff like that.
You can be colorful like that.
People are always amazed, though, Chipper, when I say Maddux is a sick dude. They go, no, he's not. I mean, he looks like he's an accountant or something when he's out there.
Yeah. Well, he's a peach, buddy, I can tell you.
Hey, congrats, good luck, and thanks for joining us, Chipper.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it.
All right, Chipper Jones, Atlanta Braves.